bad dancers or something, like criticizes them, you're going to stand up and you're going to say, no, that's not true. They work really hard, they're fantastic singers, they've been at dance academy since they were like 3 years old. You're going to know things and you're going to defend the brand or the person or the group of people that you feel you're a part of. You feel like it's your duty to be an advocate for them, to defend them, to speak up on their behalf. So advocacy is the act of being an advocate. That's what they're saying over here. Toru, could you please read the next paragraph for us?
So in addition to consumer impressions, we are increasingly tracking consumer expression. To us, an expression is any level of engagement with our brand content by a consumer. It could be a comment, a like on Facebook, uploading a photo or a video, or passing the content onto their networks. We are measuring those expressions and applying what we learn to global brand activations. And those created at the local level by our 2,700 markets around the world. For example, in our 24-hour live session with their band Maroon 5, we captured impressions, the number of online views, but gained
tremendous
insights from expressions by our consumers through their comments on the songs being played and what they shared with their networks.
Okay, so this is interesting, right? So what he's saying is that in addition to consumer impressions that he's talked about, right, we are increasingly tracking consumer expressions. And expressions is, you guys have seen the word expression before. An expression is basically you saying or expressing a thought, a feeling, right? To us, an expression is any level of engagement with our brand content by a consumer. So you know how they have a Facebook page, right? Coca-Cola has all brands have a Facebook page, right? So it's seeing, what are the fans doing? When we write an official comment that, everybody please watch our our new ad that's coming on this channel at this time, to see people's comments, to be like, oh, what did you think of it before, right? Before, a long time ago, before Facebook and Twitter and all these different things, companies used to do this thing called focus groups, right? What they would do is they'd try to get maybe 200 people, right? From different backgrounds, different racial groups, different areas that they live in, right? And be like, okay, this is a new secret drink that we're thinking of coming out with 6 months later. I want you to try it and I want you to tell me what you think, right? Or this is our new advertising campaign. What do you think? Do you guys think it's a good idea? Because it's not possible to get 1,000 people's opinions. You have to get a small group and hope that the people that you pick, their thinking is like everyone else's thinking. But now it's totally different. Like I said, through Facebook, through Twitter, through online media, right? It's so easy to reach millions of people all over the world that, simply reaching them is just one part of it, right? What you want is to get their opinions, so everyone is your focus group. 30 years ago, it was 200 people. Now, it's 200 million people, right? And you're getting everyone's feedback, that we all think this is a great ad, or we all think this is a great idea for you guys to come up with this new Coke Double Zero, or something like that, right? So what they're saying now is, fans could be uploading videos or photos or passing content onto their networks, right? They're saying, if we make a new announcement, how many people are actually emailing it out? How many people are sharing the news on Facebook? Or, you guys that use Twitter, right? If we tweet a story, how many people are actually retweeting it on their own Twitter pages, right? So those are some of the things that they're really trying to measure now, right? We're measuring those expressions and applying what we learn to global brand activations, right? So over here, what they're saying is, when you activate something, you're basically starting it, right? To activate is to make something active, or in this sense, to start. So, they could be coming up with a new ad campaign in Korea, right? Or a new ad campaign in China, right? Something that is maybe there in Europe. but it's not there in East Asia yet, right? They could be trying something like that. That's a brand activation on a global level. They're starting a new type of advertising, right? And so what they're saying is, for example, in our 24-hour live session, and they did this a little while ago, there's a band called Maroon 5 that's pretty popular in the US, and I think they're pretty popular all over the world. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. But Maroon 5 is one of the official bands that Coca-Cola endorses. You'll see them a lot on Coca-Cola ads and stuff like that. So what they're saying is that they did a live recording session where the band just, for 24 hours, they just show them in the studios like they're making new songs and things like that. And fans are tuning in on the official page and they're leaving comments. Oh, that song sounded really good. I hope you guys can come up with lyrics for it. Like, it was really, really cool, actually. And so what they're saying is, we captured impressions, the number of online views, right? The number of people that were logged on and watching the session. But we gained tremendous insights. Insights here means knowledge. They gained knowledge from the fans, right? we gained tremendous insights from expressions via consumers, right? So people were submitting comments, right? They were submitting comments. They were submitting, likes. They were talking about the songs. They were seeing that they're sharing this with people. They're letting other people know. They're retweeting that Coca-Cola has this 24-hour session. Everyone should log on, watch Maroon 5. It's really, really cool. It's a lot of fun, right? And then they're saying, so what are the keys to winning in this new era of empowered, engaged, and networked consumers, right? Here are some top expression lessons we've learned so far. Pedro, you want to read?
Accept that consumers can generate more message than you ever could. Don't fight this wave of expression. Feed it with content that touches consumers' passion like sports, music, and popular culture. We estimate on YouTube there are about 146 million views of content related to Coca-Cola. However, only 26 million views were of content that we created. The other 120 million views were of content created by others. We can match the volume of our consumers' creation, but we can spark it with the right type of content.
So this is, once again, this is really, really exciting, right? They're saying that, when you have the ability to reach so many people, right? The amount, Coca-Cola has how many employees worldwide? Maybe 30, 40, 50,000, right? But you're reaching out to millions of people. And the expressions that these people have. When someone could be a fan of Coke and just make their own fan video for Coke, right? And people do this all the time, right? This basically, the amount of content that they can put out, right? When you have millions of people versus 50, 60,000 people, it's not even close. These people have all this time. They're going to make all these videos. They're going to make like art, right? They're going to draw like fan art and stuff like that. These are ways that people, what they're saying is, you shouldn't fight this. This is part of what you should use for your brand, right? Feed it with content that touches consumer passions. Sports, music, popular culture, these are things that people are really, really passionate about, right? Your favorite team. Anyone says, when I was like in high school, I used to get into fist fights because like people would say something about my favorite team and I'd get all angry. And sports is something people are really passionate about. Music is something people are really, really passionate about, right? Like Sonyoshide. Sonyoshide's fans are like insane, right? Like Akiba. Akiba's fans, like AKB48, their fans are crazy, right? So it's like if you say anything about like Akiba, you could get killed basically, right? So it's like you should just be like, yeah, Tomomi Itano, she's my favorite person. Everyone should say that all the time, and then you're safe, right? People are really, really passionate about these things, and that's why these brands always say, Barcelona is the team we're sponsoring. Maroon 5 is the band that we're sponsoring, because when you sponsor that band, all of their fans become part of your community, right? They also want to be a part of it. They feel like, oh, like Maroon 5 likes Coke, or Cristiano Ronaldo likes Coke. That means I'm going to drink Coke too, because he's my favorite person in the whole wide world, and I would cut off my arm for him because like he's my favorite soccer player. So that's one of the things that is really kind of the reason why companies go ahead and they endorse these athletes, or they endorse things that are really close to people's hearts, things that they're really passionate about. We estimate on YouTube that there are about 146 million views of content related to Coca-Cola. So this is like all the ads, all the content that users create, right? There's so many views, but only 26 million views were of content that we created. So when you think of like Coca-Cola puts all their famous ads on YouTube, right? Think about it. They're saying that only 26 million people viewed this stuff, but 146 million views were of all the content that we didn't even create. This is like our fans made all these videos and all these shows about Coke. So this is something that they're saying that we as a company, as Coca-Cola as a company, needs to embrace. This is something that we should be happy that our fans are basically expressing themselves in this way. They're saying that we can't match the volume, right, the amount of our consumers' creations, but we can spark it with the right type of content. So they're saying, you could give them an idea. You could create a contest, right? Come up with the next Coke commercial. And you're going to see hundreds and thousands of videos going up, right? And people commenting and people spreading these videos around. And you could make everyone, let everyone vote on the video. And the number one video is going to be the next advertisement for Coca-Cola, right? These are ways that companies like Coca-Cola are engaging their fans. So I think we're pretty much at the end of the class. What I want you guys to do is from both of these articles, you guys both have the electric motorcycles article and you guys have the Coca-Cola marketing article. I want you to read through these articles several times, okay? And I want you to get used to the words and the expressions that you guys are seeing. Underline and pick any 10 words, okay? You guys have like the whole weekend and up to like Tuesday to do this. But pick 10 words that you guys didn't know the meanings to. Find the meanings, try to understand it, and try and create sentences with the words. It might be a little tough, but I want you guys to try, and I'll help you. Once you guys submit the homework to me, like I'll correct it and I'll tell you like what I think like you were trying to say. And what we'll do is we'll discuss the rest of it on Tuesday. We'll do a quick recap. But anything that you guys don't understand, we'll basically go through and we'll do a quick recap of everything. But it's a really interesting article. I want you guys to read it as much as you can and try and look for the meanings of the words in your own native languages as well. Try and get to the bottom of it. And once you guys do, you'll see it's like super interesting. One thing I wanted to ask. Mondays, I mentioned that I wanted to do a 1 hour recap with you guys for any help that you guys might need. Like, if you guys are like, I really just couldn't understand what they were trying to say, then I wanted to like help you guys out. What time, is this a good location for you guys? Does this location work, or like, is it pretty convenient for you guys? Okay. It's a little far, right? Well, you live in New Jersey, everything's far for you. Right? No, I'm just joking. But you can come, can you come here on Monday? Okay, that's fine. Like, don't worry about it. If you have work and stuff, just come on Tuesday for class. But whoever is able to make it, Tuesday, I think what I'll try to do is I'll be here from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, basically. I'll be here and you guys can come and we can just do a recap. I think Monday 8 is open, right? Monday we can use this space.
I'm not sure. Okay. You'll have to just double check with Lee.
Let me just double check with them to make sure that Mondays is open. But yeah, you guys are, I think we're pretty much done for today. So thanks for coming. And I guess what we can do is we'll send an email out. We have everyone's emails. So we'll send an email out to say like we'll have recitation class on Monday, or like where we're gonna have it. I think we're gonna have it here and we can do it from 7. If you guys can't make it, I'll just see you on Tuesday. And next week we're gonna talk about product development and we're gonna watch the Blizzard video. So all you StarCraft, all you video game fans are gonna have a good time. So thanks for coming. And like I said, study the articles. Try your best to do 10 sentences. And I'll see you guys again on Monday or Tuesday. Okay? So let me just go check and see if this place is like available. Okay? I'll be over there.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds right.
I'm bored.
Me? No, this is when we were before we were talking.
I know. I think you were bored by me. You here next week?
Yep.
Tuesday, Thursday?
I don't know if I can do Tuesday. It might just be Thursday. I have a conference in the city. So I might have to entertain Tuesday nights.
Yeah. It's good.
That's exciting.
How's your job?
Busy.
Is he?
Mhm.
What do you do?
I work in financial sales. I'm a regional director for an asset management company called Index IQ. We develop alternative ETFs.
What?
ETFs, they're exchange traded
Exchange traded
funds.
funds.
Yeah. So they